Good morning, guys. I know it's been a while. Just crazy life, winter storms, um, work, just those kind of things. I apologize. Um, if y'all hadn't checked out my giveaway video, it's titled "It's Time." Go over there and check that out. Giving away some really good prizes: a kayak cart and a trolling motor rudder. Um, all thanks to my sponsor Ryan at Gamfindex. Um, Also, if you live in my area, um, you know that it snowed and then it melted and it froze and it melted and froze, and here we are this morning. But what I'm doing is, like I've told you guys many, many times, if you own a fishing kayak and you're like anybody that I know, really, uh, it's never really finished. I don't think. You're constantly changing and evolving the different situations and different fishing styles, different, I don't know, taste. But what I'm doing right now is I've got a 30-pound thrust water snake on my Pelican, and what I've found is, now this is my opinion. I'm not telling you what to do by any means. In my opinion, it's too heavy for the boat. It weighs, I think, like 23 pounds or something, 20 something pounds. And what I've done is, during the Christmas holiday, I was looking on Amazon and I ran into and I'm familiar with the motors. It's a water snake. They have a T18 and a T24. One is 18-pound thrust, which is plenty for a small kayak, and a 24-pound thrust. Well, they had their T18 on sale for $82.50, and it weighs 4.8 pounds. I mean, what, talk about a huge difference. And I've already rigged this kayak to accept a motor on a really stiff motor mount that I built myself with some aluminum brackets and a pressure treated 2x4. I'm not sure if I'm going to put it on there or if I want to mount it, because with those small T18s, you can actually mount it in the motor well or in the pedal well where your pedal drive goes. I'm looking into doing that, and you can buy a Hobie cassette blank that plugs up the hole on a Hobie kayak. You can get them for Pelicans too, I think, but they're expensive. And as y'all all know, if I can do something myself, that's what I'm gonna do. But yeah, it's up in the air right now. But I do want that heavy motor off. It's too heavy. My transducer's mounted to it for my Humminbird 788 CID. It's a bigger transducer than the one I previously had, but I'm really seriously considering putting it back where I had it. If y'all hadn't seen that video, it's called Clean DIY Clean Transducer Install or something or another. But yeah, and my hang high setup video, that thing is all, it's working on 15,000 views, and for my channel, that's absolutely nuts. But anyway, I appreciate all of you that's watched it and commented and asking. And I believe in sharing knowledge. There's some folks on there gave their, you know, spiel on stuff, and I've learned a few things. Um, I try to keep an open mind. I don't believe that anybody in this world knows it all, and there's a lot of them that think they do. Uh, but this right here is supposed to be fun. I found that unless you saw the back end off of it or saw a hole all the way through the hull, you really, you make mistakes, but you can fix them. Don't be scared to try new things and to try to DIY stuff yourself, because you can always fix it. Like I said, unless you saw it in half, and I'm pretty sure you could fix that. It'd take a little time, but you could fix it. But anyway, I just wanted to kind of let y'all know what's going on, and I'm gonna try to take you with me as the process goes on. I'm still waiting on that smaller motor. The shipping is, for some reason, if you bought it at the reduced price, the shipping was a little slower than it was if you paid 150 bucks for it. I don't get that, but I don't care. I'm pretty patient. But anyway, yeah, I'm gonna get the heavy motor off. And as soon as that, this motor it was bought for my tank yak, and I don't know if y'all saw my tank yak, but it's a 13-foot lifetime Wasatch. It's like a hybrid between a kayak and canoe. It's not a canoe in a traditional sense, and it's not a kayak in a traditional sense. So it's something in between, middle of the road. It's a really, really stable. That's the only boat I got I can stand up in. This Pelican, they say, it is a stand-up kayak, and it's not. I'm telling you, unless you're Mr. Miyagi, it's not a stand-up kayak. It's too narrow in the front. Now, when you go to stand up, it gets really tippy. Travis does kayak fishing. He stood up his, and I'm telling you, ask him. It's not easy. And my balance is off anyway because I had a tumor in my ear and I lost my balancing system, my hearing, and everything in my left ear. So I can't stand in it. Maybe some of y'all can. The new kayak, I don't know. I haven't tried it yet. It seems to have a better platform as far as the way the floor is, and maybe you can stand in it. I don't know. I'll try it out and see. But my tank yak, I can stand up and walk from the front and back of that thing. And that thing wasn't but $500. Now that was several years ago. I bought it before I bought my Pelican. So yeah, it's I think it's 3 years, 4 years, something. I don't know. I'll have to look back and see what the date is. I know my Pelican is a 2022 model, I think, or 23, one to two. Anyway, yeah, that's what we're gonna do is take that heavy motor off because I'm not sure if I did a walkthrough after I've done these new modifications. So that's what we'll do first is do a walkthrough and I'll show you all the different stuff because I've changed several things on here. Um, we'll do a walkthrough of that and then uh, I'll show you what I'm going to do different for the smaller motor. But I appreciate all y'all that sent me comments in the last video and well wishes and all that. I really appreciate it. And my subscribers are just a bunch of really good people. They're nice. I had never had any problems with Diger comments, and it's that's been a blessing. But I know you put yourself out here like this, you're gonna have closed-minded, ignorant people that just can't you know accept the fact that they don't know it all. And I'm a firm believer in if your life sucks, I'm sorry. I'll pray for you. But don't sit there and click on people's videos and spread your negativity. Find another outlet, a hobby, whatever. But that's enough. That's all I got to say about that. But yeah, we'll get you walked through this. I'll show you some of the changes that maybe I can't remember. Honestly, I can't remember if I did an updated walk around of this or not. I'll have to look back and see. But either way, I'm gonna do it and kind of show y'all what I've done different. Anyway, I'll get y'all off that tripod and we'll take a look at what I've done to it that's different. We'll take a look at the new kayak and the modifications I've done to it. And then when I get it, it's actually sitting on top of my tank yak because I'm running out of room in my boat shed. But there you go. It's sitting on top of it. But anywho, yeah, I appreciate you guys commenting, watching. And if you don't mind, I know I forget sometimes, but I try to remember when I'm watching somebody's video and I like it, give it a thumbs up because it really helps the algorithm and get it out there more and for more people to find it and watch it. And I appreciate every one of y'all. And I hope that you had a great Christmas and I hope you have a really blessed and truly prosperous new year this year. But yeah, I'm gonna get you turned around and I'll show you what I've done and I'll show you some plans for the tank yak. I'll show you what I did to the new yak, and then I'll show you what I'm changing on my Pelican Catch 110, which is my I guess you'd say my primary kayak. I use it because it is stable as far as when you're sitting in the seat and in rough water, boat wake, whatever. Yes, it is very, very stable, but I just can't stand up in it. All right, I'll get you turned around. We'll figure out something to show you. I guess first things I'll show you this. My wife got me this. I don't know where she got it. Um, I'm pretty sure she got it off of Amazon or Temu. I'll have to ask her. But it's a motor mount. It's prefab. It's really lightweight. It's aluminum. There's the name if you wanna look it up, or as Brother John would say, do a Google. uh, anyway, that's another good channel if y'all want to check his channel out. It's called Boone Dockery. Great stuff. But anyway, this is a motor mount. I'm gonna put my outboard on this, and I'm putting it on the back of the tank jack. Right. I got to do some changing and switching around, but it's going. That's not exactly, but you get the idea. That's where it's going. First, I got to get this big boy off the top of it. And this is the Pelican. Y'all have all seen it before. This is the pedal drive. Lay it up here. This is the cart. These are really good carts. This is the Gam Find X HD. It's a really heavy duty cart. And yeah, good stuff right there. Good stuff. But y'all have all seen where the pedals go in, and a couple of the mounts and fish finder mount and all that. This is new. I did invest in the seat risers. There's one on the front and one on the back on each side that raises the seat, I think 3 inches, but I wanted to try that out. But yeah, it is, the strap that holds the seat down is long enough, way long enough to accommodate it. And I put this is a dog food bunk. It's got a gamma lid on it, but that's what it is it's made to put dog food in and keep it airtight. But I took a few stickers on there, and then down in there you can see the one battery. That's a Mighty Max 30 amp hour lead acid battery, or no, I'm sorry, AGM battery. And that thing will run my fish finder literally for days and days. There's some extra tackle boxes I got in there, but this thing has a huge, there's my GoPro chesty, but it has a huge amount of room in it. And I mounted some rod holders on the side of it. I got extra rod holders mounted on my trolling motor mount, and you can see that motor. This thing is heavy and it's big, and I just think that, I want a motor on this, but I don't think this is the motor that I want on here. It's just too heavy. In comparison, the little water snake is made by the same company. You can see right there, that's a water snake tracer, 30-pound thrust. It's a good trolling motor, but it's good for my big boat, not this boat. That's my take on it. Anyhow, yeah, we're gonna get that off, and it's going. I got a side mount right there, and I'm gonna work on changing that a little bit, because I like to have my trolling motor on the side right where I can steer it while I'm fishing. I've thought about foot control, but I just don't like the things, to be honest, and I ain't paying what they want for no GPS control one. But anyhow, I think most of y'all seen my fix for the crappy rudder on a Pelican Catch 110. It don't steer worth a crap. That is a Gam Find X trolling motor rudder. I mounted it on the Kayak rudder, and now she steers. And of course, my homemade 360 light. But other than that, I think she's about the same as it was the last time I showed y'all. I hadn't really done, I put red and green lights on the front, LED lights, because I registered it. Well, you have to in the state of South Carolina. And when the rest of the snow melts and it's not as cold, I'll roll it out. I'll show you my trailer that it came with. You can see that boat right there. That's a very old Whistler 11. It was designed by F.S. Ford Jr., Henry Ford's kinfolk. And I've got all the stuff to redo it, and I think that's going to be an upcoming video series, because I've always loved sailing, And that little boat right there it's actually a racing boat, believe it or not. It's got a really heavy steel drop down keel. You can see that slit right there in the bottom. It's got a big old heavy steel keel that comes out. You can adjust it for the wind and all that. But anyway, yeah, I think that's going to be an upcoming video series. My problem is time. I still work a full-time job. Uh, and when I get home, most of the time I'm so tired, I just go, you know what? Anyway, that's that comes with age, I think, because I ain't no spring chicken no more. But I'm still gonna try to bring y'all some good content. I know I've been slacking. I apologize and be patient with me. But let me show you what I've done to the new kayak since I got it. This kayak came without a seat. This is a hitter hike folding kayak seat. It actually comes, let's see if I can find it. Oh, it comes where you can rail mount it like I've got it or swivel mount it. And it was a really good deal. I think I want to say I paid $40 maybe. But anyway, yes, it's very affordable. And of course, I made old trusty crate, put in there, battery powered 360 light, GoPro mount that is telescopic, where you can get up and get that view everybody loves so much. I decided to put my Garmin Striker 4 Plus or Plus 4, whatever they call it, on here because I bought a Lowrance Mark 4 HDI with downscan. So I'm not sure. I think I'm gonna put the Lowrance on my big boat. And anyway, fishing rod holder that's track mounted. This kayak has got a big old whale up here, and then it's got the same style pedal drive as a Hobie or Pelican. And the only difference is this kayak can either be prop drive like a boat pedal propeller drive or fin drive. And if I end up making the blank with the little trolling motor in it, I'll be able to use it for this boat and this boat. So that might be something that I look into here in the near future. That angled dry box, I don't know if y'all can see it there. Funnily enough, it matches this. So I'm kind of undecided if I'm going to leave the crate or if I'm going to switch to the dry box. I'm thinking the dry box because that's just too much of a damn cool coincidence that it's the exact same color. Thank you, Ryan. I know you did that on purpose. But those of y'all that don't know, Ryan at Gamfindex sent me this kayak for my birthday. What a legend. Ryan is just a good dude. But yeah, this is just some of the mods I've done. And I've done some on the tank yak. I got to get it out of here to show you everything I've done and that I'm going to do because, like I said, that's the most stable. You can see in comparison, sort of. Let's see. No, it's sitting off to one side. But this thing is wider than both these kayaks. Not put together, but both of them. It's a good 6 or 8 inches wider in the middle, and that I think that's what makes it so stable. Yeah, but this is just a quick update video to let y'all know that I do have projects coming. I also bought a Coleman 2.6 horsepower 4-stroke boat motor to replace the little Chinese one because I've had carburetor problems, and it's not the engines that it's bad or anything. It's just that I fiddled with the mixture screw, and those engines are so fiddly. I'm gonna get my neighbor Dennis to look at it and adjust the carburetor for me. But the engine runs fine. There's nothing wrong with it. That was my bad. I still say they're good engines for the money. You can catch them on there now for under $100 sometimes if you're looking. But keep in mind, like I said, it's not a 4 horsepower. No, I don't care what they tell you. I don't care what anybody else on here tells you. It's not a 4 horsepower engine. It's basically a weed eater bolted. It's a Honda GX50 or something like that clone, and it's bolted on a boat motor. shaft. It's not a 4 horsepower. So before you buy it, understand that it is not. Because I did a video and showed you a little bit, but I'll show you up close the difference between my 2.6 Coleman 4-stroke that's a 2.6 horsepower and the hang Kai that claims to be a 4 horsepower. It is not a 4 horsepower. Anyway, that's all I got to say about that. But anyway, once I get these boats out of the shed, I'm going to do a better, longer video and show you the mods. And if y'all have any questions about how I did anything on this, the trolling motor mount, the lights, the whatever, the dog food bunk for the batteries. Oh, I forgot to tell you that in that dog food bunk, to show you how much room it's got, I have that 30 amp hour Mighty Max, and I also put a 100 amp hour lithium ion phosphate battery in there with it that is dedicated to my trolling motor. The lights are separate, the fish finder's separate. The big battery only runs the trolling motor, and when I get that T18, it will run that thing for days, which is another reason I got it. I'm not young anymore. I don't care about speed. It will go faster than I can pedal or paddle. So to me, that's a win. But yeah, thank y'all for watching as always, guys. I appreciate you. I love you, and I'll see you on the next video. God bless. Oh, and guys, in case you're wondering, yes, I do still have the Vector 13. Right now, it's covered in frozen snow.